Welcome, listeners. This is the one about prioritizing your time. Do you get overwhelmed when you have a lot of things to do and not sure how to get them all done or in what order? If it causes you stress, that's why we're talking about this today. Sometimes you have just so much to do and you procrastinate and put it off, and then you get more stressed. So I had a saying, PITTOT. Procrastination is the thief of time. By putting it off, not getting it done, sometimes it takes you longer to get something done. And you're behind schedule and it causes more stress. So we're going to talk about tools and things you can do to try to get things done in a logical order and in some possible way. If you want to do something, if you truly desire to do it, you can make a change in your life and make priority something that you're going to work on, prioritizing. And in order to do this, you have to have the tools. So the first thing is you need a concept of how long a task might take. It's logical, but you have to have some idea. So you have a list of tasks and you rate each one by the approximate time you're thinking you need to put in. You need to have clarity of mind when you're doing this and no distractions. Then make a list or put on that list what things need to be done with another person, so you have to coordinate with another person, or what things need special tools that you have to get or special data that you have to get before you can do that chore. Now, I advocate putting this on a calendar or having one of those daily pocket diaries that you can tell yourself what has to be done during the month. But if you break up these tasks by when they have to be done according to the time frame it's going to take and what tools you need, then you set your reminders to get the tools or data before the day that these things are due. You don't wait to the last minute, but you have to organize your time so you can see it in front of you, what exactly has to be done. When it's visual, and some people are visual, it's easier to ascertain, be cognizant of, and plan for. So some things have a short window, some things have a long window of things to be done, and some things are immediate. So in your list, the first thing are the things that have to be done immediately, right away. Those are the things you must do right now. So you put everything else on hold. Anything else that's not immediate, that you have to get done immediately, is done first. For example, you have to make a plane reservation and you know you have to do it by a certain date. You've got to call and do it or go online and do it. If you hold a reservation, you have to ticket it by a certain time. You have to make sure that you get it done by that date or the prices will go up usually. And so there are things that have to be done right away, calls that have to be made. Now, one of the things that helped me a great deal was using my iPhone. I have an Android and an iPhone, so when you have Android, you use OK Google, and with the iPhone, you just Hey Siri, and you tell it to remind you of the things that are immediate coming up on that list. Calls that have to be made, mail that has to be sent out, bills that have to be paid, because you're trying to eliminate stress. The whole thing is to run your life in an efficient manner that causes less stress. So use your phone for that. It's the simplest, easiest way. If you are a person that likes to write things down, you can do that. But the thing about the phone is it reminds you at the time you need to be reminded, whereas a piece of paper does not. You got to keep referring to it for the right time. So any calls that have to be made at a certain time, today, tomorrow, whatever it is, you tell your phone to remind you an hour before the call to get ready for that call. And if you need notes or something ready to prep for it, then you give yourself a little more time to get it together. But otherwise, usually an hour or so notice is fine for you to have it in your mind that you're going to have to do that. But everything should be put on your phone as a reminder. It just simplifies your whole life. So that's the first part, is things that are immediate in terms of phone calls, mails, bills, just put on your phone, and you'll find your life simplifies. Sometimes you lie in bed at night and you have thoughts that come up, and you want to remember it so you don't sleep because you're thinking about it all night. Just tell your phone. Put a reminder. talking to your phone and tell it to remind you the next day at a certain time for something. And then you can sleep without stress or anxiety because you know you're going to be reminded the next day. So those things that are immediate get first attention. And you got to put everything else out of your mind. Because if you're thinking of all the things you got to do tomorrow and the next day, you'll never be able to start getting the things done that you need right away today. So be clear-minded, focus just on what you have to get done immediately, if there are things that have to be done immediately. Then you look at the next things would be the short tasks that you can get completed and get satisfaction out of the way. So the short ones, whatever it is that'll take a short period of time, try to do those and get those out of the way. And the longer ones, if they're due at the same time or around, then you have your time that you planned for them before, because if it's longer, the day before with things that you knew you had to do later in the week, you've already set yourself a reminder to get the tools you need, the data you need, whatever for it. So now when it comes time to do that one, you're ready and you're prepared. And so it's just a question of taking time to lay out the things in front of you that you have to evaluate and then do it. So as long as you have your tools for whatever chore, whatever task you have to do, you're ready to tackle it. Just know that you can tackle it. Tell yourself you can do it. I always believe in positive thinking when you're doing a task, to tell yourself that you have the knowledge to get this done, you are capable of getting this done, and just believe in yourself to get a task done. So this is part of creating a less stressful atmosphere for yourself on your daily routines. So this is something that you can do for almost anything that you're trying to achieve. If you have a video to make, do a storyboard. So you write out what the storyline is going to be, and you have a storyboard. If you have a speech to write, you can make an outline and organize in outline fashion what things you're going to talk about. So this is all part of getting your time organized of how you're going to achieve a certain result. Sometimes you can just sit down and write free association, like James Joyce used to write in a stream of consciousness fashion. He wrote Portrait of an Artist as a Young Man, Ulysses, and he used to just sit and write, and it came and it flowed. It was automatic and natural. So if you're a writer like that, it's different. But otherwise, if you need to plan, part of prioritizing your time is first laying out what your outline is going to be, what subjects you're going to talk about, or what you have to put in your article or in your report, getting all the facts straight so you know how you're going to lay out the chart, doing your Excel platforms, or depending what you have to do and what your chore is. So preparing properly for the task at hand is very essential. So in getting yourself organized and prioritizing what comes first, after you have put all this down on paper and you have it in front of you and you're achieving your tasks one by one and getting them out of the way and feeling a sense of satisfaction that you got it done, feeling a sense that you're accomplished and that people are going to see the work you've done, and you will be rewarded in your task being done well. But once you have this down, then you have to exercise your path. You have to do the work, and so when it comes to doing it, a quiet atmosphere is helpful, and having no distractions, and just doing everything you can to complete it without thinking of anything else, putting everything else out of your mind except what you have to do for prioritizing your time. If you want to prioritize health, that also is part of prioritizing your time. So make time to take your vitamins, eat healthy food, make sure you get food in your stomach when you need to so you're nourished, and preparing for any meetings that you have. You don't want to have less energy and be hungry and have those pains going on. So just make sure you keep a snack bar in the office or something healthy that you can put before a meeting so that your blood sugar is not out of whack. But part of this session is about doing things and prioritizing things that are important to your health and your life. So Making sure that you have a positive attitude to lead your day was one of my priorities on my list. Because unless you start your day with a positive attitude, it just fouls everything up because you're not concentrating. You're dwelling on all the bad things that can happen and not concentrating on getting the good things done that you need to get done. So prioritize your health. Make sure you're taking the right nutrition, the right vitamins, the right food at the right time. Plan your meals, take snacks to work, whatever you have to do. Prioritize a time to be calm. Allow in your life a time just to breathe. Take it in, relax, hold it for 4 seconds and let it out. If the day is getting a little stressful, too many things are happening, you're getting too overwhelmed, take time to breathe properly. Take time for yourself. Just a few deep breaths, holding it in 4 seconds, letting it out slowly, can just reorganize your whole thought process and get you energized all at once. Try it. You'll see it. Try it now as you're taking a pause. Take a minute. Take a breath. Hold it. Let it out slow. You'll see. You feel refreshed almost immediately. Do that a couple of times. So take time for yourself during the day to refresh your cycle, your body cycle. And take time to think positive thoughts about what you're doing for that day and what your tasks are, and knowing that you can do them, you can achieve it. Make sure that you have time, downtime when you come home, to put your work aside, to get all the responsibilities out of your head for a short moment so you can at least relax and enjoy the moment. What good is working if you can't enjoy your time, if you can't do anything? Take some time for yourself, some time to reward yourself. Prioritize yourself as part of your priorities. So whether it's there's an event where you can go on the beach, wear headphones, and dance with other people just by yourself and just be in the moment. If that makes you happy, listening to music, going to a concert, just listening to a radio, dancing in your home, anything that makes you feel happy. Spend a moment when you get home, relaxing, getting everything out of your head. Prioritize yourself and just enjoy your life a little bit. Enjoy your loved ones, coming home to your children, your family. Get everything that happened during the day out of your head for the moment. Be in the moment. Live in the moment. And be with your family and your friends if you're coming home to them. And just know that that's part of prioritizing. So if you can't do that, I would say if you can't prioritize your own self, you're going to be lacking and you're going to be pressured and you're going to feel overwhelmed and feel stressed. And so please make sure you take time for yourself. Take time for others too. Be interested in their day. Prioritize time for those you love and care about. Make sure that you ask them questions about how their day was and what's going on in their life. It's all part of what you're prioritizing in your life. It's not just all about yourself. Time for yourself and time for others. It makes for a complete life, a whole life. So it should be on your list. When you come home, that's your time. Now, if you have a project, you have schoolwork, you have homework, something to do like that, then you make time for that too. But the minute you come home, usually take a minute to breathe and let everything go and do these other things we talked about. Then you can get to your responsibilities later, whatever it is. And if you're coming home, help with the chores, help someone to get things done, do the dishes, maybe help them cook dinner. Try to be a part of the family, a part of your family you're coming home to. And if you live by yourself, take time just to listen to some music and relax, and then get to whatever you have to do for the next day. When you're planning for your bedtime, there's things to do to prioritize what you have to do to get to sleep and get a good night's sleep. All part of the package, because unless you consciously make a list in yourself of what you need to do to prepare for going to sleep, most people don't get a good night's sleep. So turning off sound and having quiet before you go to sleep is important. Not having alcohol before you go to sleep, very important. Not having things that keep you up, caffeine-wise. definitely not a cup of coffee before you go to sleep. So try to think of things that you need to do to relax. Put blue light screens on your phone if you have to be on your phone or TV or computer before you go to sleep. Just getting rid of that blue light syndrome that keeps you awake, and being able to relax a little before bedtime. Melatonin in small doses is good, and if you're not allergic to that, magnesium is wonderful for helping you get to sleep. We should have 400 to 600 milligrams magnesium during the full day, but at least 100 to 200 milligrams at night before you go to sleep is absolutely wonderful for getting a good night's rest. Many people don't know that. Kava is more for energy. Some things, some herbs are for energy. Some things are for sleeping and relaxing. Ashwagandha is great for for sleeping. So look at what herbs or what things you could take that are natural, not drugs, that can help you to get a good night's sleep. Cut out your blue light, relax a little bit, have a little quiet before you go to sleep. And I like to say what I'm thankful for before I go to sleep. I feel it's very important to be thankful for things. I'm so blessed in my life. And so I think that if you say what you're thankful for, pray to whatever your God is, whatever you feel you want to pray to, or just acknowledge that you're thankful to the universe, it just makes you have a sense of relief, and that you put all this out there and you recognize it, and it allows you to go to sleep with a clear mind. And after being happy that you're of knowing that you have good things in your life, I find a more restful sleep for myself. And then I take deep breaths and I center myself like I was giving you the exercise before. And then I count an 8 count. I breathe in 1, breathe out 2, breathe in 3, breathe out 4. I get to 8 and I just cycle it all over again. I do 1 to 8, 1 to 8 until I fall asleep. Usually 5 minutes, I'm gone. And that blocks out any other thought. If you have other thoughts come in your mind, then just simply start counting to 8 all over again, and just don't think any other thoughts. Eventually, you will get used to counting, and just an 8 count, and breathing in, breathing out, and you'll get rid of all ancillary thoughts. It works for me, and I hope it works for you. Everyone has their own method of how to go to sleep, but that seems to help in my case. And all of this is part of setting priorities in your life, because sleeping is so important for you. So you've got to make time for it. And you've got to make time to get up and have a healthy breakfast. If you're not a breakfast person, you need some energy during the day. Take some snack bars to the office to work. But you must prioritize your health. So this is something that's very important. Yourself, your loved ones, your health, all part of being a balanced human being and a balanced person. So if you've done this and you have your chart and you've got your diary and your calendar of what you have to do every day, and you see it in front of you, and you have the right tools that help you achieve these tasks, and you've coordinated with the people that you need to do the tasks with, and you set up meetings for them to participate on the day you have to get the work done together, so that everything is set, your mind is so much more relaxed and you have so much less stress in your life. It just makes sense to have all this down on paper. It makes sense to just do it in an organized fashion, and don't procrastinate. There's no reason to. Just get it done. Get the job done, and you'll feel so much better, and your life will go so much smoother. So hopefully this gives you a little bit of a hint of how to organize your life a little better, prioritizing the things that are important, and making time for the things that are important, including yourself. Hope you have a wonderful day, and remember to smile. Wake up each morning with a smile of some nature. Look at some picture of something that makes you smile. Look at something outside that makes you smile. Think of something that starts your day off with a smile and with being happy. And I think you'll find at that point, it's easy to prioritize a wonderful day. Thank you, and until next time.